Pulling the trigger. Obama has finally done it. He's taken a gun and he's put it to the head of America and pulled the trigger. We're on life support and in a coma. We have a 50-50 chance for survival. Obama has made a deal with the devil, Iran, on the development of nuclear weapons, along with other weapons of mass destruction, which will ensure an attack on Israel and America. This deal with the devil will also allow Russia, Syria, and Iran to join forces and take over the Middle East and beyond. As a result of Obama's releasing the $150 billion to Iran, it will now have the money needed to build nukes or even buy them. In addition, Iran will buy weapons and technologies from Russia and others. Iran will fund terrorism throughout the world. People, we are in deep bandini. And I mean both domestically and foreign. I mean, it's so critical that America and the world could see a third world war. America and the world will no longer be safe, not even on our own soil. There's a reason why you don't see what's happening. You're only allowed to look through rose-colored glasses provided by Obama, the mainstream media, and the crazy Democrats who voted for this stupid deal. You want scary? At least 50% of our population doesn't even know what's going on and doesn't even care. Of the other 50%, 40% knows what's going on, but does nothing. There's only 10% of the people who are trying to awaken the other 90%. Prognosis. The despicable behavior of Obama and his administration has brought America to the brink of World War III. Here are the reasons. Think about all of the wars and terrorism that's happening in the world. People, the world is on fire. If we stand by and we do nothing, the outcome is inevitable. The reason you don't see what's happening is because Obama and his administration, the mainstream media, and the politicians have kept you people in the dark. They give you lines of BS and they want you to wear those rose-colored glasses. America and the world should be terrified. This country has never been in such chaos. America has been in many, many wars, but they can't be compared to the mess we're in right now. There's more. Our economy is in the tank. I mean, our borders are wide open. Our military has been diminished greatly. We're not energy independent. Our country is no longer self-sufficient. Our country has lost every ounce of respect in the world. Our allies don't trust us, and our enemies believe that we're fools and weak. God and religion are being attacked on a daily basis. We have become a divided people. And right now, we can't trust our government. Both Democrats and Republicans. They're totally corrupt. As I have enumerated, America and the world is on the brink of World War III. If we don't wake up every person in this country and become one people, we will not survive. The choices you make will determine the fate of the world. Does one person matter? Yes. It's a part of being an American. It's called We the People. Does one vote count? Yes. It is we the people who should be in charge of this country. But this is not the case anymore. The government now controls every aspect of your life. You're no longer free. In fact, you have become slaves to the government. President Obama is the most irresponsible leader this nation has ever known. His main goal is to toss out the Constitution, the laws of this country, and implement what he believes is right. Obama is the person who would be dictator. Everything he has done since his beginning has led him to believe that he is right and the rest of America is wrong. Do you realize that 535 members of Congress, 7 judges, and 1 incompetent president have let us down? There's no real leadership in America. In fact, our country is in a death spiral because there is no leadership. There's no leadership in the House of Representatives. There's no leadership in the U.S. Senate. The Supreme Court have engaged in politics instead of protecting the Constitution. And believe me, our president, he is literally way out there on the left. No wonder we're in a coma. Diagnosis. Without a transformation of the people coming together, this patient will not survive. We have one chance to make it. However, it's pretty scary. We have a presidential election in 2016. It's going to be our last bastion of hope for survival of this country and the world. America needs leadership. Where do we go to get it? There are quite a few people running for the office. We have Democrats, Republicans, and believe it or not, one socialist. In the Republican Party, we have the insiders and outsiders. The mainstream media created these guys in order to get infighting amongst the Republicans. Stop listening to the mainstream media. The American people should be looking for a person who puts the country and the people ahead of themselves. A person who says what they mean and then acts upon what they say. They must be people of principle who are willing to defend the Constitution, the values that America was founded upon. They must adhere to the laws of the land and obey natural law. They must be people that are not afraid to make tough decisions in critical situations. Most of all, they should have common sense. They must have the ability to clearly communicate with the people of America. The next president must be able to deal with the ineffective Congress that has been corrupted to this point, or to the point where the people of this country no longer trust them. According to the diagnosis, surgery is needed. This incompetent president must be replaced by a leader who will bring America together again. The opinion is that we are sick of the way this country is being run. Our government is so screwed up that nobody wants to vote for Republicans or Democrats. I mean, why do we keep electing the same idiots who got us in this mess? These politicians feed us a bunch of BS, and then they bow to the special interest groups, lobbyists, and Wall Street. People, it's time to revolt. You should be mad because half of the population of America doesn't know what the hell's going on and doesn't care. These are the people who are going to walk up to the gallows saying, I didn't do anything. I didn't know anything. They don't realize by doing nothing, they condemn themselves to being slaves. We want someone who has the brass to stand up to the world and state, we will rise up and lead the world by example, and we will stand with God and the principles that this nation was founded upon. We will not be weak. We will be strong for all of mankind. We will fear no one, and we will not shrink from our commitment to a free and bountiful world. We will protect and defend America to our last breath. This is what Reagan aspired to. There is no Reagan to call upon. Our choice in this next election will be for an individual that will have to stand on their own 2 feet. They will have their own style and their own plan. We should be looking for a candidate who puts the people and the country above all save God. Frankly, we should not be looking for someone who's likable. We want someone who's going to get the job done. We want someone who's going to take the political playbook and burn the damn thing. We want someone who's going to toss the PC police in the ash heap. We want someone who will bring America together and get rid of all this racial separation garbage. We want someone who will take on Republicans and Democrats alike in Congress and force them to work for the people and our country, not the political parties. We want a person who can deal with our enemies and forge strong relationships with our allies. We must have a person who understands our economic woes and brings back prosperity to this country. Most of all, we need a person who can look to the future of America and keep its people informed, safe, and free. During this surgery, we found a tumor. It was cancerous. Its name is the mainstream media. The mainstream media have become a reality show of television and news outlets. They're selling news, not reporting it. They have become a money-making yellow journalist hacks. They are responsible for riots, deaths, and the ruination of many, just to get ratings. I mean, they push politics and politicians by rigging these polls to drive people one way or another. The mainstream media wouldn't know the truth if it bit them in the butt. Chemotherapy is recommended, and possibly the removal if they don't change. Recovery. Get involved in your country. Your country needs you. There's a good chance for recovery. I know who I want for president. However, you need to make your own choice. After all, this is a country of the people, by the people, and for the people. Do your homework. Inform people. Get people involved in this next election. Watch for part 2 of Pulling the Trigger. It details why we're on the brink of World War III.